Cool stuff.
All right, y'all. This is Homeroom with Smooth. I am Smooth. I got with me Frankie, and I have my guest today, Rexy. So, Rexy, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. It's been quite a day, but I mean, at the most, despite how busy it gets, just about smiling and carrying on the most positive way that you can, despite how challenging it gets. But I'm feeling good, man.
That's good. That's good.
Cool.
Frankie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's funny. As soon as he said like carry on, I think of two things. It's either carry on with Timbaland or carry on my wayward son by Kansas. So I had my lighter up. I was like, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. Actually, sorry. Now it's not even that. It's your cell phone light. My bad.
Right.
Hey, that's safer. So
Yeah, much safer. Much safer. Man, yeah, I feel good. So Rexy is like he has a phenomenal talent. He is a voice actor. Like he can do almost anything. Like that's how I met dude. Like dude, I'm at work. I'm at work, minding my business, and I'm like hearing this voice, and I'm like, what the? I'm like, did Yoshi just come in this room and die here? Like, but because I'm like, all I hear is, like, what just happened? I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, I got a customer. I need to focus. And then me and the customer, we just start laughing. We just both stop. We're just die laughing. I'm like, yo, okay, hold on. I'm like, so I finished and I called him up. I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? And he was like, I don't even know what voice you did, but I was like, yo, what?
to be
I'm over
honest,
here like, mommy?
I can't even remember either half the time. I don't even remember my real voice. Like right now, I mean, it could be Jazz Night Live and Quiet Storm, Jazz Night Radio. I mean, it could be that,
Or it could be something a little more upbeat and everything like that as well. Or perhaps if you'd like to maybe switch it up and I could go a little bit about the autobiography, the things that we can explain, maybe perhaps something a little more.
oh, smashing, yes.
The blend is what, because I know people, they could do voices, but like that they stop and start and stop, and you're just like one right after the other. So it's like you can hold a sentence with four different characters.
Man, it's kind of crazy how that just came to be too. I I've been singing for about over 20 plus years, just as now more so as a hobby, but
Mhm.
I continue to sing just so I can kind of keep that thing just going with my voice. But just being able to sing in different varieties of music and just different types of music and just exploring what's out there and just adapting to the different sounds around me and everything. I then realized that I could switch up my voice, and then that's when, because of the fact that I had the ability to be able to shrink it in a way, or even just in a sense to be able to make it like deeper, or just adding a bit of an accent to that, and allowed it to just kind of spread it, it just allowed. I just decided to keep that flow going, and I just trained
no,
voice.
no.
Just,
That was hard. That was hard. Like that's so crazy. Like that's what he did. Like that's the part that messed me up. Like I'm like, oh okay. Like when I first heard the Yoshi thing, I'm like, oh okay, this is a guy that can do Yoshi really good. And then he switched it up and like did like Darth Vader, and then he did like Mario. Then he switched and did like something else, and I'm like, yo, what?
I
And then the whole office was in there, like, oh my god, like what is going like I remember Natalie behind me, she was like, what is going on? she's like, Miller, who is at your window? And I'm like, well, come on.
it is
I don't know how to explain this one.
I just wish I could have your voice when those spam callers call.
Oh man, actually, speaking of that, I
You
didn't
should prank
necessarily.
call people, dude. and record it.
Yeah, like I didn't do something in the sense of, well, I did kind of switch it up a bit when someone did call one time. They you know what's crazy is that happened on a couple different occasions because you know they call often,
Mhm.
and I decided to answer one time. And I was like, you know, let me go ahead and pick up. And they called and they mentioned they were like saying that I had owed some money. You know how that typical thing
Yeah.
from there, right? So I
Mhm.
pick up the phone and I'm just like, as soon as they said that, that's when I switched it up. I was like, who are you looking for? And they mentioned they were looking for, and they said Charles something, and I was like, yeah. I just kind of played along with it. I was like, okay. I said, this is Charles. I said, I was like, what can I do? And I was like, no, it wasn't a voice. I did this. I said, and what can I do for you, sir? And they kind of kept going on talking about I owed like thousands of dollars and things, and I needed to pay it and everything. And I was like, well, I mean, I can assist you with that today, and we can go ahead and take care of that. I mean, but I'm not sure why exactly I'm doing this. And they were like, well, because you have a past amount and debt and this and that, and you need to pay it now, or else we're going to
Mhm.
keep finding you and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I said, let me go ahead and do this. And you know what's crazy? I went along with it so much that I offered to pay it. And I was like, I kept telling them, I was like, okay. I said, I'll go ahead and pay it. I was like, how much is it? And they said there was like $3,472, something like that. And then he's like, the part where he ended up hanging up was because he was like, how much are you going to pay? And I was like, all of it. And he's like, how much? All of it. How much? All of it. And I said, you said you want me to pay all of it, so I'm going to pay all of it. How much could you pay, sir? And we just kept going back and forth, and eventually they hung up. And I was just like, just stuff like that, man. I laugh because it's it excites me when they do call just because of the fact that I can have the ability to be able to train and practice my voice and then see how much I can go into
Mhm.
character.
Mhm.
You know, even when it's not things in regards to being a scam or something. Like when I actually used to work for Apple,
Mhm.
about a few years ago. No, a few years. No, about 4 or 5 years ago. I would actually go through an entire interaction with this voice. So when they'd actually walk in the store, I'd ask them, you know, tell them like, "Welcome to Apple. So how can I assist you today?" You know, we'd actually go through the interaction, talking about the computers and everything, and all the different specifications, and we'd go through all the entire transaction this way. So this would be spanning for about an hour and a half or more. That we'd be going over all the details of everything, even the accessories and all that of the nature. And then at the end of the interaction, I let them know and be like, well, and also, by the way, it's just my real voice. This is how I speak. And, and they would get so thrown off. And but respectfully, you know, doing that, it's I also
they probably bust out laughing like every time.
yeah, man, it is just crazy because of course people don't expect that, and that's what I love about what I do. You know, it's something that is I don't feel the need to constrain myself in a sense to where I feel like I'm not allowing myself to grow in the abilities of the things that I do. Because I had a moment like that in time where I felt like that I couldn't express my abilities of the things that I do. And once I discovered that, because I didn't know I could do this until like my early 20s, to be honest. But I've been singing for 20 plus years, and I'm 35 now. Uh, but yeah, that's being able to do the different sounds and the voices and things. Uh, I've always been looked at in a different way because of the fact, like early on, because I would do something like that. Because people weren't used to it, which I don't expect anybody to be used to be honest. So
Mhm.
that's when they first come across me. But it allows it's something different. And when I do express it in a sense of positivity in a way that can impact people, it makes me happy to know that other people are happy. Just like with the whole thing with the accent. Like I have a friend who's from the UK,
Mhm.
and I don't like to, you know, be rude in any way or in a way that may be disrespectful to another person's like culture or the way that they do certain things. But I ask them and I'm like, hey, you know, what in a sense does this sound accurate to you in the way that I do things? And they kind of have them evaluate me. And my friend, she had mentioned, she was like, you know, she's like, you kind of have a bit of a John Lennon voice going on there when you do that. But it makes me smile to know how accurate in
Mhm.
some way that I can be and how I can continue to work on that and just
Mhm.
my ethic and things. So it's fun. Definitely has a lot of fun to it.
Nice, nice.
Man, like, dude, like I'm still stuck on like, man. So okay, let me ask you, what is your favorite impersonations to do? Like, what are your favorite voices to do?
Hmm. I know
Like
when it's been some briefly.
top three caricatures, top
I,
three.
oh man. So when I'm just kind of using my own voice in a sense, of course, I do like doing some of the more like evil tones in my voice. Whenever I do also kind of creep out certain telemarketers, I like to sit there and call me, and I get real quiet, and then I'll sit there and I'll kind of creep in on the line, and I'll get real quiet, and I'll go. They'll hear me like breathing, and I'll go. The one telemarketer actually hung up because of this, so I sat there, I leaned in, and I was like, it's breathing. I was just like. And he was like, hello? And I was like, what is it you see? And she was like, and I did it again, and I was like, what is it you see? And then she hung up, and I never heard her again.
She probably just got up and walked out. She's like,
yeah, it was, man, I don't even remember how long ago that was, but I do just, that moment, just reminded me how much I just love even going into more, I guess, evil character voices in a sense, or even the ones where I sound like a kid or just some like small creature or something, which the kiddos love. And sometimes I even do like something with Stitch, or even in a sense of like Sean Connery, where it allows me to talk about more of my brethren in a sense that allows me to even grow and allowing of things that allow. So it's quite fun though.
But yeah, even this one too, just kind of being that professor, just talking about a lot of the things and the statistics of the analytics of the things that we like to analyze analytically, and then we like to go over it, and we will observe quite the information that you like to see here. That I can just kind of go on and talk about stuff, whether we talk about things that are talking in conversation, more so speaking in a sense.
I could go on like all day. Oh man, like man, I just don't know exactly the exact favorite I have, but you know what? I will say, with the favorite sound is the one with doing like the Yoshi impression, because that honestly, from the singing, you know, I have an ear for music, so when I hear different things, I listen for samples. I listen to the influences of the different instruments, and I see if it came from somewhere in another song, or if it was influencing into something else. When I did that with more so playing video games, listening to anime, and the dialogue and things like that, I can make it sound legit. I speak a little bit of Japanese, but the rest is gibberish. But those type of things allowed me to pick up on things like that. And if I can do it, I can. If I can't, then I don't sweat it. I just go, you know what? Maybe it's just not for my voice. Like with Yoshi, Smash Bros. Played a lot of that. And then I realized one day I'm sitting there and I go into it and I'm just like trying to hear the sound. I start from like, and I like does a little run. He's like, like, but a lot of that just came from just all the practice, man. Like I mentioned with the one of the things I like to talk about, when I did during my second deployment, I joined the talent show. And for the talent show, I did a thing with slides, kind of like prop comedy and stuff. I had pictures and slides. One of the acts that I wanted to do, it was like having a conversation like we're having now. But before I did that stand up, it was about an hour before it. I took about 30, 45 minutes going to a soundboard for the classic Mario games. And you know how he's got the jump, and even like in Donkey Kong, the sounds that he makes and stuff. I sat there observing it. Like, for example, the jumping sound. Instead of actually using a boom, like a B type of sound, it comes from like a V-ish like type of sound from the letter V. It's like boom, boom. You know, if you hear it, the more you do it, it's like boom. Oh, it actually sounds quite like that's it right there. Or like,
Yeah.
but like observing that helped me grow and kind of pick up on different things. Just like in Donkey Kong, when you hear Mario, he's walking and you hear the little sound that he makes with his feet. It's like, I like to do these things because it allows people to kind of reminisce on a lot of these
Yeah.
things. They go, oh man, like I know what that sound is. Just like when I do the whole thing with the next episode. You know, when you always hear me when I do it, and people start like bobbing their head and stuff, and they hear it, they go, and people will look around and be like, "Is that your phone?" You know, I'd be like, "No, it's me." But it's just crazy, man. Just how much that has grown, and had I not like peered more into like the music and the influence of sounds and things, and how much I was just inspired to just learn about more of it. Like I don't know necessarily what I'd be doing with my voice now. I mean, other than possibly singing, but just finding something of my own that I can actually call my own, versus trying to imitate a lot of different other things that I see out there. And that was kind of one of the most challenging parts, and that was just that confidence in things, just trying to figure out, you know, is this something that I can either call my own, or I know that I created this from the sound of my voice rather than attempting to be someone else. That's really challenging. But people get influenced. They're inspired by different things. But yeah, just too many times that I see from that is when someone tries to do a lot of things that someone else does. Sometimes it can be like a bit, kind of like it can be like a damper on someone's like morale in a way, in the sense of how they feel motivated or something, because they want to be as successful as that person. And when they do,
Right.
when it doesn't turn out the same way, it's just like, oh, well, damn, I don't even, I'm not even motivated with that now. Yeah, I just look at it in the sense of, hey, if it's not your thing, then, find something that works for you and have fun doing it. So, but yeah, feels good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. This has been like amazing, bro. Like this has been amazing, bro. Good man. Yeah, man. Bro, you cold, bro. Like you cold. You cold. Oh man, like you answered so much stuff yourself. I really don't have any more questions because you expound on things so like well-roundedly. Like I was like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ask him about. Oh, he just said that. What do I ask?
Well, I got something then.
Even
go
when
ahead,
it comes to
bro.
like the personal things, that's just fine and stuff. In terms of, I could talk about just how this kind of came to be in terms of like my singing and stuff, or just even how I even create some of the sounds that I do. To be honest, like I talked about it in a sense, it kind of sound like generalized way that in my perspective from there, but there is a way that I do actually create some of these sounds, and it's crazy. For
You can
example,
talk about that if you want to. Go ahead.
oh yeah, well, so for example, one of the things when I do hear the sounds, I gauge it just like with the music. Hey, can I hit this specific note? Even on read music anymore, I hear it and I go, you know what? Let me go and try this. Sometimes even when I pick up an original sound, I'll find a way to alter it into something. Like I wonder if my voice can even do this right now. Like sometimes I would do the sound of like a baby, and I would go like I would hear, I would do this and throw people off, and like, and I was like, from that sound, it may be a week later, it may be like a couple of months later, or even a year later, I'll be like doing that, and I'll go, I'll kind of feel something in inspiration on the inspiration table or something, whatever it is, and I'll go, you know what? I wonder if I can alter that. And for that, for example, it went from that, and I was like, yo, I can speed that up a bit. You speed it up, you get, like it sounds like a dolphin or like a squirrel or something. And it throws people off because I do that without moving my mouth. So stuff like that.
Looking around like what the...
Even the one, since I've done the one with the trumpet for you, right?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. So, like with that, for example, I created that from the sound of flatulence from an old man. I would go into so, so yeah. When I would play like old school Call of Duty Online and stuff, I would go into lobbies and things, and it'll be real quiet, and I got to kind of liven it up a little bit. So I would sit there and I would just go, ooh, ooh, and I would make that sound, and people would just start laughing and everything. And then something else came along the years. I think it was probably like 6-7 years later, no lie. Like as I was doing that, I kind of had my teeth like kind of more like in the sense of like that same sound just, and I was like thinking, knowing the way that I level my voice, I was like, how can I turn that into something else? Maybe I could turn it into an instrument. And then I sat there one day and I was just like, so, and there you have it. So now I have
That's crazy.
But
This is crazy. Like legit crazy. I'm like freaking losing my mind, bro. Alan, what did you have to ask him?
look,
Well, I had two things because I know is this something that like when you think of new, because I think you already answered it too, because it seems like sometimes you're doing things passively, so it's like you're doing something else and you have some free time. So like if you're doing a task that doesn't require like that directed, like say like with me, like you're putting together a model. So is that when you go, oh, when you're doing that, do you think, oh, can I try to make this sound as well? And is that when you kind of practice?
I guess it's kind of weird. I practice on the go whenever it like happens. Like for example, just in terms of the awareness of the things that are going on around me. You know, like I mentioned, like have an ear for music. So when I hear certain sounds, even if it's the most random sound, like you hear some among like back then, me and my friend would laugh randomly at the dinner at like in a restaurant, and people would look at us and wonder why we're laughing because we'd be in the middle of a conversation and randomly hear somebody going, oh, or just like we start laughing. Stuff like that we pick up on. And then I go, you know what? I wonder if I can like sound like that. Yeah. Or I'd hear something like going by or like a bong sound or something like ticking, and I'll like try to do it, and I'll just go, you know what? I wonder if I can kind of do that sound, and I'll test it out to see how to kind of gauge my voice on that. So it really just comes down to a sense of I just do it. And if I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. Or I'll try it another time or something, you know. And I'll admit defeat on that. I'll just be like, you know what? No, this is no, it's not for me. No, not at all. Not today. So, but yeah, it's just. But it's just something I have to. It's really a matter of just diving into it to see how my voice works. That way, I just know the variety that I contain, which I feel like there's still so much more that I can do, but I just have to really. There's a lot more I just need to discover. I just have to make sure that I continue to find other ways to kind of practice upon it from how I can create these sounds. So yeah, but it's on the go. It's good.
And then I guess my other one is because I guess you kind of alluded to it. So since you mess with telemarketers and and then also when you're working, so do you feel like certain voices get different responses from people, and I guess more so towards work? And do you ever use that toward like to your advantage?
I do get different responses, which is crazy. I definitely do get different responses. And I also actually it's crazy too because I do that in a sense of like I don't whenever I am like if I am working like when I'm on the phones or something, I don't I switch it up in the sense of where I just, I professionally have fun, but also depending if like for example, someone can't hear me when I'm over the phone because my voice is like super deep or something in the morning and then they can't understand the thing that I'm saying. And they're like, well, I can't hear you. Your voice is like really deep and bassy. So then I'll just kind of switch it up in a sense like this where it allows me to be um hopefully they can hear me a bit better when I'm talking over the phone, and then I'll go through the interaction like this. It allows me to be flexible in a sense, but it's yeah, it's definitely at times where I do switch up, but people do react a bit differently, and even I guess sometimes in a way where I'm just like, oh, let me this is kind of awkward because there's times where I've answered the phone or something. Thank you for calling so and so. This is Terrell speaking. How may I assist you today? And then you'll hear that one person over the phone be like, "Oh my!" There was this one person. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I'd let you talk to me all day over the phone," and I was just like, I was like, "How can I help you today? What can I do for you?" I appreciate it. And it was just interesting. Like I get a lot of different compliments on my voice and things, and I accept those compliments, and then some are just very awkward, and I'm not sure how to respond. But yeah, that's I do it in a sense of where I call it professionally having fun,
Mm.
because like from the way people see things, maybe and like whether it be animation or like movies and TV shows and stuff, where sometimes it may seem like it's like. Um, how can I say that? Where it seems like it's like really extra in a
Hmm.
sense, where it's very animated in the
Mm-hmm.
way they express some different things. Like for me, I'll do it even shucks, even when I'm in uniform, I do some stuff like that because I like when I see people smile and they have fun. And sometimes I'll get like some different like comments and things. Oh well, you shouldn't be doing this and this and that. And I'm like, well, understand where I'm coming from.
Mm.
Everybody around here right now is all types of negative, and I'm not trying to have that. So we gonna have a little fun right now, and somebody could just be having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
It really does set the tone. Respectfully, if there is like, for example, uh, there is a time where I did have to kind of switch up my voice because of someone's hearing aid.
Mm.
And respectfully, I was like, I was asking them, I was like, does it bother you whenever my voice is a bit deeper, or is it in a sense of when it's maybe a higher pitch or something? And they let me know, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll be sure to do this. That way, it's not too detrimental on you when I'm trying to interact with you, because of the fact that we're only like a few feet away from each other.
Mm.
But just different things like that and the mindfulness. And then if it is interrupting someone, I just I go back to the morals of knowing, just being respectful and just go, I apologize. I accept the responsibility of that. If it is bothering someone, hey, let me know. And I'll remember to work on something like that when I'm around you. But don't expect me to hear. Don't expect to come to me and ask when you want me to do something for you to try to impress some damn body. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, well, you ain't want me to do this before. I'm just gonna be like, nah, you good. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on. So, yeah,
Wow,
professionally having fun.
Well, that's all
bro,
I had. So
bro. I don't have anything else. Well, okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and this will be it, man. When can people? No, one, where can people find you? Two, when can people get more content from you? You know what I'm saying? Because you have a great talent. You should be like pumping out. You could probably just be. 'Cause you're like that talented, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. It's definitely one of those things where that's been like a challenge throughout the years, mainly just from me learning to that consistency and stuff. But
Hmm.
as far as finding my content and things, which I'm in the works of, just editing a lot of my like gaming videos and other things, is on Sounds Like Rexy. Well, you can look up Sounds Like Rexy, Rexy. So, well, right down there in the name from there. Hopefully, you see that. So, but Sounds Like Rexy. That's where you can find a lot of my content, whether it be on YouTube or you can find that on. Well, find me on Twitter. You can also find me on Instagram as well. Even honestly, I have playlists in Apple Music too, just based on that stuff. And then you kind of heard my journey of like different playlists I have called the Stacks. It's a playlist of Stacks of Lax. So yeah, I make music playlists too because I listen to a lot of different varieties of music, surprisingly. But yeah, you'll be able to find a lot of stuff there. As far as when to get a lot of that content, that is something that's to be dated, which I hope to get
That's
out
a
sooner rather than later. Because I don't, I feel like on the back burner too long with all this stuff going on. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to being able to get more out there, especially now that I have this other mission I'm going to go on. Um, another 8 months. Still going to look forward to how to bring some content to y'all. So yeah, definitely getting back into the loop of things has been a challenge, but this right here I feel like is another step for me. So this brings me motivation and the opportunity to continue to inspire others to do what they love.
fam. I will blow you up every effing day if that's what it takes. If that's what it takes, I will blow you up every effing day, bro. I'm like, yo, did you drop the video? Did you drop the video? Like, bro, I will be annoying. I will be that annoying fan, bro. Cause, bro, like the moment I heard you, I was like, bro, I got like, I literally, he could tell you. I was like, bro, I gotta have him on the podcast. Like, this is insane.
Yeah,
Well,
Like,
uh,
well,
I am
sidebar now.
content too with a buddy of mine's. He's because he makes some music and he's been making
mhm,
different content and stuff that he wants me to be able to put some voices on, well, some dialogue as far as for some of his visual videos that he puts his music on.
mhm.
But yeah, that's some of the stuff that I've been working on as well. But I'm looking to collaborate with people a lot more too, just because I know there's a lot that I can continue to do by myself, but I feel like I can continue to grow with others, which is something that I love to do. You know, just because there's a lot of talent out there, not just myself. There's a lot out there. There's a lot of amazing people. There's stuff that like, for example, beatboxing. People ask me all the time, you know, if I beatbox. I'm like, I do like a little bit of stuff, but I do not the stuff. The level of beatbox and the things that I see out there is just amazing. So it's just different things, little things that uh,
Mhm.
being able to collaborate with people that can create something much greater, you know, and send a message out there for those that are creative who may not have that confidence in that moment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the stuff out there.
Well, I think you'll do great because I see a lot of stuff that seemed to blow up during the pandemic of people making, videos of being two different people by themselves, and I think you would be perfect for that because at least every character you bring to life could sound completely different and they'll be freaking awesome.
Oh,
But
yeah, it.
but also sidebar because I was doing a little lurking because as you plugged yourself in, so I want to give you a follow. You're into fighting games?
Yeah, I do play. I play some different fighting games. I get trashed by my friends a lot, but I mean, it's
I mean, so I think we need to link up on that one too because I just saw it because I saw the thing that you got the package from Justin Wong, so I was like, oh, what? So
yeah,
I've actually I used to play with Justin Wong, so
that's crazy, man. Yeah, like it was this one day, man. I saw like he was doing a giveaway on Twitter, man, and I went to it and I was like, you know what? I said, I said I don't usually win things like that. I said, but you know what? I always get that something in me just goes, you know what? Just give it a try. Something
mm,
might just happen this time. Something might just happen,
mm,
and I just gave it a wait. Next, thing you know, I checked the email and stuff, and I saw that that I end up getting the drawing for it, and got to pick which package I wanted. And furthermore, with that being said, too, what I planned on actually doing once I get back into my streaming and stuff, hopefully once I
Mhm.
get back from deployment down the road, but I planned on actually sending out a lot of those different prizes and things that I
mm.
got from someone else to allow the community to even get some of those items and things as well. I'm more of a giver than anything,
Yeah.
and I want people to have the opportunity to uh, join with others and just have people just get together. So yeah, definitely looking forward to doing that too. But yeah, that's pretty amazing too, man.
Yeah.
I
So
don't spend some time. I'm gonna get
so
trapped.
what games do you play? What fighting games do you play?
Oh, so some of the fighting games I play, I like playing like Under Night and Birth.
Mm,
I have Melty Blood on PC,
mm.
which is a fun classic of mine. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Tekken 7, uh, which my cousin always whoops me all the time, and she's pretty good at that. There's quite an experience. I feel like anytime when it does come to a like fighting game or something, if I can play it, man, I mean, I try to learn it, even if the
Mm.
controls are a bit different to me. Just like with Mortal Kombat, I've tried to get used to that because I played a lot of what is that? I'm drawing a blank here. The other title that they have with like all the like just
Oh,
all the DC
oh,
characters.
Injustice.
Yeah, Injustice. I was playing a lot of that. I don't really know the combo system that well, but
I like actually for me, I like Mortal Kombat 10 the best, then Injustice 2, then
I
1, and then like I
haven't.
really don't like Mortal Kombat 11. But fun fact is I Justin Long was playing MK10 at SoCal Regional like 2016 or something or 15 like that too, and I actually beat him in Mortal Kombat 10.
oh, nice, man.
So that's like
Wow.
my claim to fame on that. Well, because it's not his main game, and he's just good like at anything.
Yeah.
Which is like because I remember like in Evo the first year Killer Instinct he was in top 8 just by fundamentals. So I think with me with Mortal Kombat 10 it was just the oppressive rush down. So which is what I did with Katana. That's like the only way. That's the only way I won. So
No, that's still what's up, man. Like, I did something like that years ago, Marvel's Capcom 3, during the time that PlayStation Network was down, and I tried to kind of practice up on it, so every ID was kind of rusty.
mm.
I was getting places with that, and then I got kind of scrubbed up by a friend using Amaterasu. So yeah, I get my days right too, man. Like
Yeah.
that,
No, but
oof. Like even with Soul Calibur, I like playing that too.
Hey, don't come over this way with Soul Calibur. Hey,
so,
look,
so do
all
you
I'm
play on,
saying, that's my one. That is my one game that I can hang with some people. Like if I can even hang with people like if we both went random, you probably don't want to see me because I will still be good. Like I will still be good. Like
well no, but see now here's the question. Rexy, do you play on PS4 or PC or Xbox? What's your system of choice mostly?
I play on mostly PlayStation. Uh, but in regards to that, so and then if I do have certain fighting games on like the PC and stuff, if there are certain ones to be able to play through like Steam or anything like that, I will play those as well. I mean, I kind of wish, which I haven't checked on it lately, but I don't know if you've ever remember that whole like fan made game Mugen
Yeah.
game.
yeah,
Man,
Mugen
that
hard, bro.
that right there,
Mugen,
golden. I
Mugen
need
is
stuff like
hard.
that. You know,
They still be adding characters in the Mugen. That's the wildest part. Like, I seen. I was like, I said, wait a minute, is that Bonk? Is not Bonkai, but whatever his final Bonkai Ichigo. I'm like,
yeah.
hold on, wait, is that Six Paths Naruto? I said, this is 2016. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Like,
No, yeah. I mostly play. Yeah, well, Mugen they add anything, so it's like if someone drew it at one time, then they have it. But like I mostly play on. Well, I'll play on anything because like I have fighting like I'm bad like with Dragon Ball Fighters. Like I'm so invested in Dragon Ball. Well, I was because I haven't played it in a while. So invested in Dragon Ball Fighters. I have it on Xbox. I got it on PlayStation. I got it on PC, and I got it on the Switch. So people are like, "I'll play you fighters." I'm like, I got you because you know, and different things here and there. But like I said, I mostly just like to play, so I'll play on anything. So we should link up sometime. And Smooth, because Smooth hopefully he's in a position to start playing. And we're trying to get our other friend because I'm trying to tell Smooth it's not about, you know, it doesn't matter if you get your ass kicked. We just want to have fun. So like the new Power Rangers fighting game, the Battle for the Grid, like it's actually really, really fun. And I like it, and it has great crossplay, so you can play it on any system. And and I have fun with it. And even though I'm not the best in it, it's just fun.
Well, I'm okay. I'll just say it
And
right
it's
here,
cheap.
right now.
And it's cheap.
I'll say it right here. I'm down. I'm down. Hey, bro, Back for Blood. We're gonna be. If you're getting on tonight, I can run. What time is it? Oh yes, I can run I can run a few. I can do at least a couple levels right now. I wanna thank you for coming through. Frankie, I want to thank you for being here as well. Hey, this has been another episode of Homeroom with Smooth podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We out.
Appreciate it.